The question is now, who is going to be facing Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania? Is it going to be Daniel Bryan, Mark Henry, Chris Jericho, Kane, Jack Swagger or Randy Orton? Well guys, coming up now we have got the 6-man Elimination Chamber match, and out of those 6 guys, the winner of this match is going to be going to WrestleMania to face the world champion. Now, as we just saw, the current champion being Dolph Ziggler, so presumably the winner of this match is going to be facing Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania with SmackDown's World Heavyweight Championship on the line. This chamber match, of course, has 6 competitors. 2 competitors are going to start the contest. The first competitor out is going to be Daniel Bryan, so Daniel Bryan is going to be starting this match, and Daniel Bryan is going to be starting this contest with, we're about to find out, Randy Orton. So Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan are going to be kicking off this contest with the other 4 competitors locked in those chamber pods, and every minute or 2 thereafter, each time a chamber is going to be unlocked and a new superstar is going to enter the match, until eventually there is going to be 5 eliminations which can be done by either pinfall or submission, and we're going to end up with 1 winner, and that 1 winner is going to go on to WrestleMania to get a World Heavyweight Championship match in the main event. Randy Orton looking confident. Randy's been in a couple of these Elimination Chamber matches previously, so definitely has the experience factor. Daniel Bryan though was in an Elimination Chamber match only last year, so Daniel Bryan no stranger to the Elimination Chamber either. Randy Orton now just about finishing his entrance, and this match in just a few seconds is going to be underway. And it is Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton kicking off this contest. You can see in the pods we've got Mark Henry, Jack Swagger, Kane and Chris Jericho all waiting to get a piece of the action. Nevertheless, Orton and Daniel Bryan starting it off, both men centre of the ring locking up. Orton now regaining a little bit of control, wrapping Daniel Bryan's arm up, but Daniel Bryan, the technical master, full of skill, getting out of that move. Irish whip now, sending Orton across the ring into the turnbuckle. Oh, nice Daniel Bryan, vintage dropkick in the corner. But Randy fighting back now in typical style, but so is Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan will not give in. One of the most exciting in-ring performers we have got in the whole of the WWE. Will definitely never give in and will fight until the very end. Oh, Chris Jericho now entering the match. Chris Jericho, who of course returned last month at the Royal Rumble. Jericho would love to get one more shot at Dolph Ziggler and would love to be in the main event at WrestleMania once again. Jericho with a nice start to the match, with a nice double body splash into the corner. Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton piled up, and now Jericho bringing Bryan to his feet. We saw Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho go at it just the other night on Raw, with Chris Jericho that time coming out on top. That was how Jericho managed to get into this contest. Oh, neck breaker, taking Jericho down once again. Daniel Bryan again, what's he going for? A nice delayed vertical suplex that time. And you can hear the crowd. In 3 seconds we've got a new guy coming into this match. Who's it going to be? Oh, the big red machine, Kane. Do not forget, Kane and Daniel Bryan together, collectively known as Team Hell No, are the current tag team champions. It's going to be interesting to see whether Team Hell No go at it, or if they are going to team up until the end. So far, these two not exactly coming into interaction with one another. Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, one side of the ring, Randy Orton and Kane the other side of the ring. Of course, Randy Orton and Kane having that feud only the other year, so these two guys no strangers to each other at all. That big match they had at WrestleMania, not to mention that hardcore match they had the following month at Extreme Rules. Kane so far getting the early hand, upper hand. Oh, Randy Orton going for the right. Choke slam by Kane. Onto Randy Orton. Kane into the cover. 1, 2. The Big Red Machine not doing nowhere near enough to keep the Viper down. The next competitor entering the match, and it's going to be Jack Swagger. As I'm saying that, Randy Orton with a vintage DDT off the middle rope onto the Big Red Machine. But the Big Red Machine, you're not going to keep him down that easily. Kicking out after only a 1 count. So even though it's early on, we've already got 5 competitors in this match. Only 1 man left to be released from his chamber. That man being Mark Henry, who you can see now in the top right hand corner of the screen. The biggest and strongest man in this entire contest. Of course, Mark Henry only recently coming back from that big layoff where the world's strongest man suffered from a couple of injuries. But it looks like Mark Henry is back, bigger and badder than ever before. So it's going to be interesting to see what Mark Henry brings to this match. Jack Swagger hitting his powerbomb on Randy Orton, but only getting a 2 count, and the Viper kicking out. Here we go. Mark Henry now officially into this match. All 6 competitors are now legal. Every person is involved. Jericho, you can see on the bottom hand of the screen. On the top now, climbing onto the chamber. What is Y2J thinking? Just surveying the carnage down below. Oh, he doesn't see Kane. Kane sneaking up, sending Y2J off the top of the pod, followed up by an elbow drop. But Y2J, what a nice reversal into the code breaker. Oh, not going for the cover, going for the walls of Jericho. I'm not quite sure Kane has suffered enough damage on the legs yet to tap out to that maneuver, and it isn't to be. The Big Red Machine throwing Jericho out of that move, and this match continues with all 6 men legal. Oh, DDT, reverse DDT should I say, onto Mark Henry on the still. Of course, this is our 2nd Elimination Chamber match of the evening. Just a couple of matches ago, we witnessed the Shield, that being Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, defeating the gigantic team of Ryback, John Cena and the Great White Sheamus. The question is, now we're in the 2nd Elimination Chamber match of the night, who is going to be winning this match and who is going to be going on to WrestleMania to face the World Heavyweight Champion? So far, it looks like it's not going to be Jack Swagger or Randy Orton. Randy Orton sent flying down hard onto Jack Swagger. Oh, Bryan in trouble maybe. Only a 1 count that time. Mark Henry not doing nowhere near enough to keep Daniel Bryan down. Oh, but this could do it. World's strongest slam onto Daniel Bryan. He was the first guy in this match. Daniel Bryan can be the first guy out of the match. 1, 2, 3. Mark Henry via the world's strongest slam has eliminated Daniel Bryan, and Jack Swagger could be next. Oh, Jack Swagger sent flying with that super fall away slam by Mark Henry. Wake up torn by Henry, and another world's strongest slam into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Mark Henry with an amazing start, already eliminating Jack Swagger and Daniel Bryan. Mark Henry was the last guy officially who entered this contest with 2 eliminations already. As I'm saying that, Chris Jericho taking Randy to school, sending Randy into both sides of the glass. And now Walls of Jericho time. Of course, Randy Orton was the 2nd competitor in this match, locked into the Walls of Jericho on the outside of the ring, but it's still legal. Is Randy Orton going to tap out to the Walls of Jericho? Jericho getting close. Randy Orton no choice but to tap out to the Walls of Jericho, and this 6-man elimination match has now turned down into a 3-way. Kane, Mark Henry, Chris Jericho. Out of these 3 competitors, who is going to be going to WrestleMania? We will find out at the conclusion of this match, but this match continues. The Big Red Machine putting Mark Henry on the top rope. Surely not. What power was shown by Kane, a huge choke slam off that top rope. And now Jericho with the Lion Tamer. The Walls of Jericho locked into Mark Henry, but Mark Henry way too strong. sending Jericho for the ride, powering out that submission move with absolute ease. The Big Red Machine though taking over again with a nice spinning back body drop onto the world's strongest man into the cover. Only a 1 count though. There's no keeping Mark Henry down. It's going to take a lot more than a side slam to keep Henry down. Rear chinlock applied. I can't see Henry tapping out to this move, but it could definitely wear the big man down. Jericho just at the side of the screen now, just looking on, letting these two behemoths go at it. Wise strategy by Y2J, trying to keep out of the action as much as possible. Of course, Y2J out of these three competitors has been in the match for longest, so that spinning neck break onto Henry, but Henry, that dirty eye rake, but running straight in to another spinning neck breaker, but this time the Big Red Machine going after Y2J. These two guys have had a history. Back in 2000, these two guys had a feud leading into Armageddon 2000 after the Y2J accidentally spilled a coffee on Kane, which basically ended up being an all-out brawl between the pair, leading up to a really good match at Armageddon. But nevertheless, that was a long time ago. That was 13 years ago now. Kind of crazy to think about it. We're in 2013, we're at Elimination Chamber, and Jericho showing amazing strength, powerbombing down Mark Henry. Walls of Jericho once again applied with the knee into the back of Henry, the classic Walls of Jericho, but kicking out of it. But Jericho now could be in trouble. These two huge men teaming up, it seems. Gorilla press slam, sending Y2J down to the mat. But Kane once again on Mark Henry with that spinning backbreaker. Boston Crab. Jericho taunting it out centre of the ring as Mark Henry writhing in pain. But once again, the world's strongest man spinning out of that move. It's going to take a hell of a lot to keep this man down. Another counter by Mark Henry with his own taunt to the fans. The world's strongest man could be going to WrestleMania, but not if Kane and Y2J have anything to do with it. I rake that time, and now it looks like Kane is going to be double teamed by the world's strongest man and Y2J. But I can't imagine that double teaming lasting too long. Jericho following that move up with a clothesline and now showing Kane what he thinks of him. A couple of kicks to the Big Red Machine. Mark Henry now taking over. World's strongest slam coming up. No, Kane, what power by the Big Red Machine, the former world champion, but walking in to a code breaker, and now the Walls of Jericho locked in again on Kane. But Kane, for what feels like the dozenth time, rolling out of the Walls of Jericho. Jericho writhing in pain on the mat. Kane signaling a choke slam, but a spear by Mark Henry. A 450-pound spear on the Big Red Machine. 2, 3. Mark Henry has taken out the Big Red Machine. Mark Henry getting his third elimination of the contest. So far, Mark Henry has eliminated Kane, Daniel Bryan and Jack Swagger. Of course, the other elimination being Randy Orton, which came in the hands of Y2J and the Walls of Jericho. Oh, Mark Henry being sent into both panes of glass and a nice German suplex on the steel. Jericho now climbing the side of the Elimination Chamber. Is he going to dive down onto the big man? No, Mark Henry surprisingly following Jericho, possibly pulling Jericho off, or maybe Jericho slipped. Mark Henry followed Jericho down, splatting Jericho like a bug, and now both men back to their feet. Y2J now. Tiger suplex into the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Mark Henry kicking out after 1 from that Tiger suplex, and spins Y2J straight into a belly to belly powerbomb coming up. Oh, the Ayatollah of Rock and Roller with a nice counter, sending Henry face first back down to the steel flooring. Oh, but there's no keeping this behemoth down. The world's strongest man again going for the power bomb, but for the second consecutive time, Y2J countering that move into the DDT. Y2J and Mark Henry, both competitors, back into the ring. Oh, Jericho finding the strength with a back body drop onto the world's strongest man. Jericho now going to the top of the Elimination Chamber pod, diving off, but Mark Henry splatting Jericho away. Henry now, world's strongest slam onto Y2J. This one is over. Mark Henry going to WrestleMania. 1, 2. Oh, Jericho kicking out after 2, straight in to a code breaker. What's Y2J thinking? Not going for the cover. Oh, lion salt. Is he going for the cover now? Oh no, going for the water, Jericho, but a low blow by Mark Henry. And now Jericho finding himself in a bear hug. Oh, but Jericho finding his way out of it. Kick to the gut of Henry. Off the ropes for a nice moonsault. Jericho once again. Oh, for the 3rd time in this contest, Jericho going to the top of the cell, but this time connecting. Jericho with that drop kick off the top of the Elimination Chamber, but Mark Henry reverses the Irish whip. Oh, big clothesline. Do not forget, guys, Jericho only just returned this past month, so Jericho probably got a little bit of ring rust left in him. Then again, the same could be said for Mark Henry, who only returned a couple of weeks ago on Raw. Henry now, that huge frame, squeezing the life out of Y2J, but Y2J once again getting out of it. Couple of punches, couple of chops, but Mark Henry reverses his Irish whip. Oh, a power slam, but not any power slam, a power slam by the world's strongest man. Jericho will just not give in. Hit to the midsection. Oh, going for a nice move, but Mark Henry into the atomic drop, and now Mark. Oh, but Mark gets countered by Y2J into the snapmare. Irish whip off the ropes. Henry goes. Oh, another nice back body drop by Y2J. A couple of cocky kicks to the face. Jericho clearly feeling like he is a man in charge. But as soon as Jericho is thinking that, Mark Henry into another submission maneuver, but again Jericho the headbutt to the chin of Henry, fighting out of it. This match back and forth. These two guys have been going at it now for a long time. These two competitors leaving it all in the ring, and as I'm saying that, Mark Henry with a huge splash to Y2J. Oh, Y2J with a moonsault, but Henry splatting him away like a fly. Again, these two competitors locking up. Another power slam. Jericho once again sending Henry away. Oh, dragon screw. Jericho now doing the right thing. A nice strategy by Y2J. Going to work on the legs of the world's strongest man. Of course, when you're a man the size of Mark Henry, you rely extra on those legs to keep your weight. And now Jericho going to work on those legs 3 or 4 times. But once again, for the 2nd time in this match, Mark Henry with a low blow. Now Henry gaining control again. Another Irish whip. Missed that clothesline, but did not miss that clubbing blow to the back of Jericho. But Jericho spins him around. Oh, throws Henry back onto the steel on the outside of the ring. Jericho going top rope. Oh, going for a clothesline. Put the world's strongest man moving out of the way. Oh, Henry finally connecting with that jackknife powerbomb. And now he's going to go for that single leg crab, a move made famous by former WWE, WCW and ECW superstar Lance Storm. But Henry obviously not doing it quite as well as Storm did, as Jericho kicking out with ease. For those of you that aren't aware, Jericho and Storm actually good friends in real life. Former tag team back in the independent days, known as the Thrill Seekers. A little bit of trivia for you guys there. But this match does continue. Oh, big headbutt. More clubbing blows by Mark Henry. Kick to the gut. and a gorilla press slam. A place Jericho does not want to be. Jericho dropping face and chest first onto that steel grating once again. Henry going for another jackknife. Oh, but Jericho into a DDT. These two guys have got to be exhausted. What a match we have witnessed. Oh, Jericho going for the enziguri, but Mark Henry ducking it back into the arm lock. Oh, throwing Y2J. And this match continues now on the other side of the ring. Henry again on the back of Y2J again and again. Y2J is on the receiving end of a number of punches, but a nice enziguri now. Jericho trying to fight back, throwing Henry back into the ring. Y2J following him in. Henry there reverses that Irish whip. Is he going to go for a splash? No, he's going to go for a shoulder thrust, but Jericho reversing the second one. Henry in a place he does not want to be on the top rope, and Jericho with that springboard drop kick taking the big man down once again. Jericho on the top rope. What's he going to be going for? Punch to Mark Henry. Oh, what a move. A spinning forearm smash, taking the 450-pound world's strongest man down to the mat once again. The end could be near for Mark Henry. Oh, backbreaker by Y2J. This match still continues. What a match this has been. We've been going back and forth now for a hell of a long time. Jericho going for his signature double arm backbreaker. Oh, but Henry into the Samoan drop. What a counter. Into the headlock once again. But Jericho showing great strength, but not as much strength as Mark Henry, sending Jericho once again back onto the steel. Face first into the steel though Mark Henry goes. Y2J back into the ring. Mark Henry following suit. Once again Y2J going for that springboard moonsault. Not connecting once again though. Henry spinning Y2J around into the turnbuckle. Going for a splash and connects. A 450 man splashing a much smaller man in the corner. Y2J has got to be hurting. And to make it even worse, once again Henry throwing Y2J back onto that steel grate on the outside of the ring. But you cannot deny Y2J showing some amazing fight in this contest. Keeps fighting back time after time now. Irish whip. But Henry again, you cannot get away from the fact this man is just so strong. He has got a counter for every single move. But so is Y2J. Arm breaker that time. After Henry was going for his world's strongest slam. Oh, code breaker out of nowhere. Y2J the code breaker out of nowhere. Oh, he's not finished though. Oh, into the lion's salt, into the cover. Is this match finally going to be over? 1, 2, 3. Y2J picking up a gigantic win after an epic Elimination Chamber match. And guys, it is official. WrestleMania 29 coming in April for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is going to be Chris Jericho challenging the World Champion Dolph Ziggler. That huge SummerSlam rematch from last year. Ziggler, Y2J, going to be happening. WrestleMania 29 coming up. What a match I'm sure that is going to be. Speaking of Ziggler, here he is with a face-to-face showdown with Y2J, of course accompanied by AJ Lee. Jericho and Ziggler now. Oh, we could be getting some early WrestleMania action. Jericho now approaching Ziggler on the entrance right. Referee trying to hold Jericho back, and now security trying to get between these two men, but security cannot hold Jericho back. Jericho with a shot, Ziggler with a shot, and that is going to be an amazing match coming up at WrestleMania.